Oke, mulai dulu. Oke, assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Fiks, welcome back. Wrexham pada pagi hari ini sambil nunggu sahur ada match fifth round FA Cup antara Wrexham dan Chelsea. Tapi sebelum memulai ada berita duka yang mengguncang dunia musik Indonesia. Fidialiano wafat pada sore kayaknya tadi beritanya ya. Semoga agak kaget juga sih ada berita itu ya. Semoga apa yang telah diberikan karyanya akan selalu dikenangnya dan bagi sebagai bentuk simpati saya buat efeknya dulu ke white ya. 1 minute silent ya. Nah ya.
Being marooned, reached the high seas of the Premier League now. Even beating Chelsea today, that would top that, wouldn't it? Yeah, I think that, again, they really have taken step by step. And you would say today it would be a massive statement if they could take this Premier League scalp. They've had a good FA Cup run to this point. This is the biggest test for them. Every test that's been put in front of them, Martin, they've come through, they've overcome. But they're currently in the highest position of a finishing season that they've ever achieved.
Moment silent for Amaro Villano dimulai. Oke. Ya, selesai ke 1 minute silent. Semoga walaupun kita tahu, tapi melakukan yang terbaik untuk Amaro. Dan selesai, kita lanjut persiapan kick off fifth round FA Cup Wrexham versus Chelsea. Ganti efek dulu.
His career for Chelsea with Liverpool, he was involved with the European Cups. He died last July, age 17. He's remembered especially today. And his name being sung out with great gusto. And his great pal Mickey Thomas, who did some of that journey with him, was watching on as a guest here as he so often is. Well,
ada pemilik Wrexham, Ryan Reynolds, aka Deadpool. Nonton juga kan? Wrexham open walk lewat Ian Doyle, Lukman Dobson, Finland, Johnson, Rodman, Smith, O'Brien, 3 manajer Bill Parkinson.
George Dobson played despite a midweek operation on a wrist injury. They waited till the last minute before signing him off, ready to take part. The two leading scorers at Wrexham kept back maybe for later. Keeper and Josh Windass scored the win in the fourth round against Ipswich.
Chelsea, 3 juga. Sanchez, Badiashile, Tosin, Sar, Cimpong, Santos, Lavia, Hato, Berneto, Dela, Garnacho, Isuku, Pedro, Calor, James, Justo, Yu, Derry, Mercy.
Looking not just to the hat-trick against Hull, but he also scored against Charlton. So in 2 FA Cup ties, he's already got 4 goals to his name with power to add today. On that empty end of the ground, the top end is being redeveloped, and it's going to be a stand. It's quite early in the development. Other priorities for the money to be spent on getting the level of players to get the wonderful ladder of our pyramid system. I was going to say in England, because we're in North Wales here, Cardiff and Swansea and Newport, Wrexham, all welcomed into the English fraternity. And here is Ollie Rathbone, who's a bright young attacking player with football in his blood. Some of you might remember Nick Rathbone, who played for Blackburn, was Everton's physio. Chelsea adopted this client.
Oke, belum mulai ya. Masih persiapan.
Playing to the centre circle before kick-off. Yeah, just reading and playing the game. I would have just asked the referee to move them back into their own half. It shouldn't be allowed in the opponent's half before the ball's kicked and the game starts. I'm not sure that something might develop along those lines if Chelsea continue this huddle before the game. It's the third or fourth game they've done it now, and they do it at the start of the second half. So Garnacho, arguably his best game for Chelsea since his move to Manchester United in midweek. Once upon a time, there were 34,500 here for an FA Cup fourth round tie against Manchester United in the mid-1950s.
Oke, kok babak yang sudah dimulai. Wrexham lawan Chelsea. Ya, babak udah mulai. Live statistiknya. Belum. Tosin, oke.
Yeah, it certainly drops into about 4 weeks. Sometimes that is a disguise before the game starts. We've seen that in Premier League games, but yeah, it's like we were the team has adopted a forward to start.
Gato. Brazil, Sanchez, Tosin, Chimpo.
For those who this is pushing press the manager to play more regularly. The opportunities Chelsea with so many games, so many players, Martin. That is the
Garnacho. Delap.
Along the losing possession. Driving forward is Garnacho. Here back. Reiner tried to after at least got a touch that stopped Chelsea in a shooting position. It's better Neto. Shield. Certainly will be an afternoon, Martin Raffield, that Wrexham's mistakes will be punished by this young Chelsea side, and that is something that I'm sure Phil Hartson would have been emphasising to them before. To really take care of possession of the ball, and starting with real enthusiasm and determination with Chelsea, as we know, they can and will try to really retain possession of the ball and control the tempo of the game. Doyle won it well, but couldn't find a way forward. That will be the difficult part.
Halo penonton, join ya. Wrexham versus Chelsea. Rob Parkinson ya, manajernya.
Phil Parkinson with a bit of form against Chelsea in his Bradford City days, a famous 4-2 win at Stamford Bridge. Just got to reiterate again what a magnificent job he's done. It's okay, you're at a club that have ambitions and real dreams of the way that they have progressed and reached this stage to this point has been nothing short of incredible. There's Rathbone, or not quite Rathbone. That's around on the cover. Noise around the Chelsea camp about the goalkeeping situation. Chelsea, as you rightly pointed out, now has played most of the games with Ferguson. Well, a Premier League start in the Champions League coming up. A few days' time with Sanchez be back on the bench then. Which is about the squad that Chelsea have in it. There's 5 who haven't even travelled today. Wilson, Fernandes, Gonzalo Palmer and Fofana. They're not actually in today's squad. shows the quality and the, obviously, I've seen you now having to juggle and to rotate and to find best team for each coming game. Look at that go. Good service. Arsenal, the league leaders, play that League One good service. What's such a good service? What's it? One or two of them. It's not considered a good surface in this day and age, but certainly didn't look a particularly bad surface from my point of view. What a fantastic effort it was by Mansfield as well. Here's Andre Santos. Alongside Lavia in a pivot position, really. Some picking their moments. But decided to go back. United gone forward. What you see is a Wrexham team that are very comfortable in possession as well.
Good morning. Yo voy con esta sim. Okay.
Possession again is a very important part of their plan. Here's Andre Santos. Chelsea for a while, but he's not yet played a complete match for them. He's got close a couple of times, doing something at each time. Someone who knows what it's like to win the FA Cup, and I think that joking with Manchester United scored a goal in that final as well. Gossip. He's the captain. He's changed the club captain's on the bench.
Nacho.
Chose pretty well to reach that. He's put it into an area where it needed defending. Well, there's a lot of responsible that Nacho chose, but really had very little support century when he put that ball back into the penalty box. The 10th meeting between these two clubs. All previous 9 were over 3 consecutive seasons, 1979 to 1982. And both were in the second tier. There were 6 league games. Chelsea lost here a couple of times over that period. A series of 3 matches to settle the one occasion before now that they played together in the FA Cup. No at Stamford Bridge.
Okay.
Here and there.
What I'll continue to do.
Secondary players. Wrexham won the toss but lost the tie. The final season including Queensland Rangers, including China. That's one of the first FA Cup final. 1982 against Tottenham Hotspur. And then we see the learning in the field there of the spotlight. That management, he's been a manager of course before, but at this level where so much is expected. Yeah, I've got to say, I think he's handled the pressure. Obviously, undoubtedly, pressure comes with the job as the head coach at Chelsea. I think he's done a particularly good job to this point. It will be a test because come the end of the season, it will be, as we know, what does he want? What does he put? What silverware maybe has he won and put in the cabinet come the end of his short campaign so far? Even silverware doesn't guarantee you keep the job out and instead of Wrexham. Absolutely. So just might do what he set out to do then, but some very economical in terms of numbers forward, and you can understand that betting their way into this now is a wonderful game here against Nottingham Forest in round 3. Develop penalties. The Premier League would be 6th in the Championship. As I've said, it really is one of the
Nah, akak nak lawan je kalau dia. Macam mana begini? Agak boring dah.
bring together different philosophies, different histories, different resources. I would say with Chelsea, everyone's got different resources except perhaps Wrexham. Hollywood money keeps on coming. But it doesn't guarantee that the success that, as I say, everybody dreams of now associated with the club. This man, a true football man, Phil Parkinson, has taken them through the levels. And I think Wrexham has both still on the bench. That's an interesting choice, though, isn't it? Yeah, it is. I'm sure that they may well play almost as possibly a significant part. Of course, here, that when you start and take on some energy drink is fasting because of Ramadan. It's a very good thing that the football authorities have recognised this, and it's to do with daylight, of course, and there was a time specifically pointed out for that to happen, and we've reached that time.
JONSK kalau masa tak sempat tidur kalau benar-benar lagi
It's so easy, isn't it, investing in a football club and for it to progress and be successful. And the way they've done it, it'd be easy for a lot of jealousy to but there is some, of course, recognising that my club and whatever, but there's been very little within their period in charge. And the same, of course, you mentioned that Phil Parkinson, he knows the right way to behave when the advantages are with you. It's pretty wholesome, the story, I have to say. There's the captain, Tom Hyatt. Also, Brian had a good games in the Premier League with Nottingham Forest after they got promoted. And a little bit further forward than he has been, with Brian coming into the side. He goes back to Neto. A bit too much, that's something said about the way he carries the ball. Grateful to get the free kick. I think he felt it was clipped once. He dragged me in along that 18-yard line. He just asking the referee that. So I was the one who was penalised for his change. But it's coming across that 18-yard line. Just there, made me felt that it was still, I think it was George Dobson making the change from behind. Here it comes. He actually plays the ball. Yes, his left foot goes between Neto's legs, but plays the ball to George Dobson. Good decision from the referee. So George Dobson with that mini cast, really, soft cast on his wrist. And had a metal screw put into the injury. So, pass muster with the officials, obviously most importantly with the man who picks the team. And with Ben Sheep, who actually has a bit of a pedigree. He was in that Coventry team that pushed Manchester United so hard. He's out for 10 weeks now. He will be alongside Dobson and O'Brien in that kind of area, certainly providing competition. So they're not at full strength at this stage of the season, do it. They are tactically very astute. You can see already in the 12 minutes we've had, saying to Chelsea, right, okay, well, time we might have half a press here, see whether we bypass it. It's a risk. They can't, not on that occasion anyway. No, they've done really well. You can see that obviously the structure of the team, the way that the 1% has set them up, very, very disciplined, the way that they go about it. And at this point in the game, you say very even between both of these teams. Chelsea, they're on field discipline this season.
Pergi agak buat ingat makanan plastik
Andre Santos, we were, might be. Should I mention it again? Peter Max is the ref. And I'm doing stretching. Not touching the ball, making contact with the ball. It's sensible Wrexham so far. They'll sort of pull up on that, whether he kept going. There's a bit of uncertainty between the defender and the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper defending stopped, and all of a sudden it was the defender that made sure it cleared his lines. That was a good decision. He got higher. It's amazing. It's 44 years since Chelsea last played there. The different journeys the two clubs have been on since then. That was the league game, 1982. Wrexham won 1-0. Frank Carradus was the scorer. You might remember from your time, with Aston Villa and Manchester City. For Wrexham later in his career. And second, that is shit. Nacho. Showing strength and skill. So, Clearth in the end just steps across him, but lovely first touch turning away from two opponents, and then Clearth really making ground up again, tackles from behind. The best part of the pitch, making great deal of use of it. Santos gets a quick in. Janetto. Well, that one's an early cross. Or any cross, really. It's the kind of guy probably would be maybe more productive with a team with a little bit less sophistication. I don't know whether his service there. The opportunity right watching, he's expecting that ball to come in quickly. Trying to make those runs for a first time ball or an early ball delivered in. As soon as it's not delivered, he then finds it very difficult to relocate his position. Two Liams know each other, a senior and from their time together at Hull. Well, Shao Pedro, one of the senior's great achievements so far, he's got Shao Pedro, who's a bit of a reluctant main striker. Up there and get to penalty goals. You've got actually the Villa. Those range finishes, not the kind of goals he was scoring in the previous management, the previous starts really, where they were more score a great goal to a great goal scorer. Yeah, but you'll know the difference. Like to the role brilliantly, to say his goals at Villa Park in the week were absolutely superb. That's the sort of possession they've been getting in the FA Cup against Championship teams. That'd be no surprise to Wrexham. Quite happy if the possession is down the defensive end for the Premier League team. I mentioned it, there is different ways to win a game, but a lot of possession, that 76% possession, but efforts on the goal to trouble the goalkeeper at this point. That's what I feel Parkinson will enjoy. Here goes Smith. Sam Smith puts the ball in the net.
Mas probably ampun.
Wrexham waiting their moment. Well, they found a moment. They just stopped. The two Chelsea central defenders just stopped and left. Brad Smith went on. So what was a straight ball down the middle. But what he does brilliantly, he has the awareness to see where Sanchez is, and he just passes it by him into an open net. Maybe asking the question, it's going to be checked because VAR is here. It is so it will be checked. Look at this. The ball from the 18-yard line. It's a close one, a really close to it. If you judge it from that angle, you say on the side.
Bisa no boleh.
Brilliantly finished, really was. A straight ball, almost a stutter from the two centre halves, trying to recover their position. Brilliant awareness as to where Sanchez is. He has one touch, runs onto it, side puts it past him into the open goal. Sanchez is really in no man's land, trying to recover his position there. Sam Smith capitalises. If he's onside, brilliant goal. As Phil Parkinson come up with the Master trick again against Chelsea. Up in the cross seats, they're celebrating, but the goal is still being checked here. And Sam Smith ran away from Premier League defenders, which is great credit to him. Well, if it was feet, it's certainly onside. It's going to be given onside, that right shoulder. That is the furthest edge the angle that we've got. Yeah, it does. So without the lines, it looks a goal. And it is a goal. That was the furthest part of his body forward. It's a goal. Wrexham lead. Right, lead the celebrations. It's a poor goal. This is the sort of goal you don't expect a team of the Premier League caliber, but this is as we say often, like, when you chop and change, you do take a risk. Continuity is a much undervalued commodity, and I understand why Chelsea do make these changes, but the truth is, sometimes you get a fair price, and they might be playing a heavy runner here. Still early days. The Wrexham league. Very, very poor position from the goalkeeper. After Smith takes that first touch, it's actually back-footed. He knows he's left so much of the goal open. What a clinical finish from the striker. Lead the attack right from the off, leading out. It's international many times, keep them warm. Josh Windass, who is a player with a high pedigree. Still to come. Chelsea go down. Now really working in the goal. Chelsea. Possession isn't everything. Right? You've got to give Wrexham credit because they stay very compact, very disciplined in the way that they're defending. They're happy with Chelsea keeping possession for periods of this game. No chances created yet. That issue. This issue is the decided today. Atto taking the ball. Which are commodities that Wrexham use to their advantage in the third round. Maybe each other should go that way. This goes with revenue was released and then back. Amateur player. Attracted the attention of Wrexham. Senior guys from climbing the ladder. Needs 2 and 1. Moved on. Here's from the newcomers. Peter Banks gets the yellow card out. Okay. That's confident. Premier League. Got away with that. It's really a centre back, but they use him midfield because of the. Well, there it is. It'll still be there in the 95th minute. So as he hold the high line, obviously goes short. Maybe close that to change the angle. Swept in. It needs saving. He's wondered outside of the goal. This occasion, I think comes to Chelsea's rescue. Well, this is clever. Shorter free kick, Dobson trying to wind it in behind that Chelsea defence. It's good as someone comes up and gets the final touch, but just in an offside position from the Dobson cross. That's heavily done. Benedetto, Patrick Long's coming from the far side, he's behind him though. Wrexham regroup. That was a chance, it was good work. First point, to find Neto. Brilliant football from Neto to release Neto, and he just couldn't find cross and quality that created the opportunity. Wrexham have a lot of mature players with experience outside the Premier League, but in the Championship in the second tier, they understand taking on instructions. They know the event is better than the coaches collective. Only a game plan. You can see, I'm perfectly positioned here on the main counter coverage to see how Wrexham are going about it. This is reverberating from North Wales, where it hasn't been the most economically prosperous of areas in Britain. But they're prospering now thanks to the football club, bringing all sorts of investment into this part of the country. I would say Martin, manager, you could see that the way that Wrexham have gone about with its opening 25 minutes. Really disciplined, compact, played when they've had the opportunity.
Ini kok ini kalau bisa sampai kalah nggak lucu ini.
Two number 10s with Rathbone. And he's got a defensive head on his shoulders as well, so that helps. This is not all profit financial backing, this is pure football. Craft, and a big challenge here. Benedetto, Garnacho. I'm sure what you're trying to do, but if he kept it alive for Chelsea, you never get Martin. I think he changed his mind. At first he was going to shoot, then he tried to pop it back into the danger area, and in the end, did neither. He said, well, that'll do it. We've got one over the top, we've scored a goal. Get after that one, boys. That's what Rathbone did. It's coming up fast. It's a real spring in the step of these Wrexham players. Technical going to have a start in the second half and centre circles and turn this right at Chelsea now. They're at the end of the first half here. It's a fascinating game of football. Trying to force an issue there and don't waste possession. Their frustration there for this are aimless pass. They're not short, plays it long. Moments like that, it just gives a little bit of confidence as well in the way the game's going. Trying to give chances there. They've adapted well as the left wing back. Really expect to be used. Certainly see the central midfielder. Because of the sitting in when they're playing more with a back five than three with two outfield wing backs, but if they do get the chance to go forward, he drives on. Doing enough to get the lap off his feet. Phil Parkinson sees it that way, but I think he's disappointed in Knight because he just pulls his shirt. He never actually miscontrolled it. There's a little bit of possession of the ball. Just tugs at his shirt to give away the free kick. Excellent, doing so well, but this is just a little exercise in concentration. Keep doing it. Just one step, one opening, and the calibre of opposition. That league could be done. And the plan is working. Through again. Sam Smith is in again. He loses his footing. Referee was very well placed. No appeal. Spent himself. Really with confidence. He was checking up on his right foot to shoot, I'm sure. I think that was his intention. There was no doubt to get back off his left side. He just slips as he got the ball back inside Dossie. Lavia. Back back in shape. People pressing Lavia this far up the pitch. He's trying to get square passes. That's what happened. They're quite happy for Chelsea to play these square passes. They're not disrupting Wrexham at all defensively. Sancho. Lavia. Look at the blue shirts in front of the ball watching. There's very little movement. Players are going to have to move without the ball to create space for other players to come and play. At the moment, Chelsea are too static. Yes, they have control possession of the ball, but they're not in any way disrupting this Wrexham set-up, defensive set-up. Here's Garnacho. Did something of an individual nature. Yeah, just really stuck out a foot. We'll give the same. It's a shot. Join up with Chelsea in the United States for a World Cup trial. Went to Strasbourg where his manager was overseeing it. Came back. Was brought back. Arto trying to get there. Big score and a win at Charlton. The young Dutchman. Was brave. He did well reading his 6-yard box on that occasion. Again, you see his sweet opportunity. Running into Tosso. On his favourite left foot, tries to come back. A slip. Crucial time. Very relieved. A bit more like the back three now, doesn't it? Pushing on.
Napakit na. Kok tiba-tiba ya? Ya Allah. Selesai. Kacau nih, Masanya kia bukan dulu. Ya, bisa-bisanya kena teknis. Ya, jadinya. Dan skornya masih sementara 1-0 ya, unggul ke Wrexham versus Chelsea. Nggak bisa-bisa. Ini. Gini. Good. Yeah.
So yeah, two goalkeepers from Wrexham, two really poor defenders. In terms of the way that they're lined up positions, they're ready for where the ball's been delivered. But it's almost far too over. The second one time, the near post is no way over. Obviously, I'm sure we'll make them aware of that at half time. We can't get there. We'll put Chelsea's way. Position. Slow down. It's kind of classic. It's too slow. It's something what Wrexham want. We deal with that. We try possession from Chelsea. We penetration. We get passes to the stage with the enemy side. championship.
Yes, yeah.
They had the matchup in 2018. They've lost 3 finals in a row, actually. Managed to take a bit of doing, but Reece James is on the bench. He's started all of them. So he's got some records to improve, but he's watching on a team that's finding it very hard to even look like a team to get a goal back. They can see the Wrexham's first attack. The last. Well, Tom High. He drives on. Let's get started on the cross with the Nacho. Might be the best moment for Chelsea.
Yes!
And it's coming up with the two, I think. It's 1-1. Chelsea wants that goal for Brentford. It really was.
Cool. Ingat mo, trigger na siya atau belum lagi.
It was cleared off the line, but hit the goalkeeper on the back. Took the work from that first time that he's really lost the shackles of his defender. Ajax tight, he's pulling his shirt, rolls away from it, drives forward. Was really well started on his feet, kicks out Ganacho. His shot through legs.
Oh, bunuh diri, ini mah berarti.
As it won't ongoing, as it's clear off the line, hits from the ball on the back. Goalkeeper can do nothing about it. Misfortune, but first time really Galapagos has made a really telling contribution. Obviously got that. But he's so
Oh, na keeper.
giving away so little. But the goalkeeper's name.
Okonkwo 40.
I mean, a time where almost Chelsea were running out of the ideas in the first half. But the latter, individual initiative, yeah, absolutely right. You could set the forward side, get the ball up, and straight deep post ground. Certainly was ball drove away and created the opportunity for Ganacho to shoot. Some good fortune about how he ended up in the back of the net. Chelsea will be really pleased with that high level. Just looking at the wake up his big back shoulders for times now. Approaching there pretty well halfway. Getting rested for Brian and doing better. Very much the maybe he didn't have to go that far with him. This was taking the lead. Well, Chelsea completely caught out. Goals, long ball straight down the middle. Smith latched onto it, took a great first touch, and then saw the opportunity was sent us out of position. The owners are happy. He's happy now.
Okay.
That means completed.
Nah,
A little
halo.
tilt in the
Nah, tumben kabin ngajak dia. Oh iya betul. Coba. Pakai terang. Mati ya. Boring aslinya. Asli boring.
Shy getting the ball and taking people on base with the vision, as you quite rightly pointed out. I can see where Ganacho, when he said the ball, he was only thinking about getting a shot up absolutely and taking it on and shooting, but his awareness of the ball to Ganacho. That's what it has. There's no reason at all for Wrexham to change what they've been doing. It's regulation time before half time. By high. Rampant's only control is the benefit of Garnacho. Here's Lavi. Chelsea passing ball a bit more quickly now. So it does not get the ball complete across it towards Andre Santos. Exactly time for a corner to be taken. Well, it has to do with defending. Yeah, it's a sloppy clearance from goal. He doesn't concede in that corner, slicing the clearance away. Still time for Chelsea to actually lead it. The same ball. Nacho. Shoot, I think he would have done had he done so. Now, for that rep, took too long. We'll find Santos. And it's a pretty telling ball in the direction of that chip ball. But behind that ball there, vigilant. That's not wonderful. I'm not sure that he's doing it. Wonderful. The intention pass was incredible. Trying to lift it over Miner's head. Another corner conceded. A couple of minutes ago. Before half time here, pushing and shoving the goalkeeper's in trouble. Whistle. Looking for a way out. He wasn't angled enough to the right to dodge the chase down and out. It's turning around and stuff. Some players having to sprint back quickly. Turn over. Andre Santos. Lavia. Posting a clever pass. One from Pedro Neto. Keep it going. Smith's done well. It's O'Brien. He's going to blow the whistle, really. Yeah, not the first time, but the second chance I think it was when Warren went down. Just nice opportunity for Wrexham before the half finishes. It wasn't that chance there. It's this one. Back on a blind. Keeps the loading up. Centre half's coming up. So when you know what's on the clock at any time, you can make these decisions. Aware of this play, Chelsea got everyone back anyway, so.
Okay.
Good. That's the problem. When you do get caught, the Chelsea make this count. Garnacho could be away here. Test the tenacity and Longman, he did very well. And did really recovered position well, Longman. Because again, they really need us to stay for Wrexham. Chelsea were on the counter. An excellent first half of FA Cup and football. David, in the land of St David, holding the line, taking the lead, casting the first stone, so to speak. There's Sam Smith's spectacular run from the halfway line, just onside, very calm finish under pressure. And then poor George Thomas clearing off the line, doing the right thing, but only against the goalkeeper. The own goal that takes us to the break.
Oke, itu babak pertama sudah selesai ya. Untuk sementara skornya adalah 1-1 baik Wrexham maupun Chelsea. Golnya awalnya kebobolan oleh Smith dan Chelsea dicetak oleh gol diri kiper sendiri padahal cuma ke pantul. Nah, Oke, dan seperti biasa untuk breaknya babak kedua kita break di babak kedua lagi break menuju babak kedua dulu ya. Ketemu lagi di babak kedua. See you.
was a lot of good tactical team play, defending as a group by Wrexham to this point. 20 minutes play again, then this happened. Straight hold for Doyle. Just the 2 second half. Just switch off for a split second. And he gets onto that ball. Great first touch. But then for me, Sanchez, you can see, kicks himself onside. Brilliantly timed run. It's a close call, but a really good arms run. And that touch there gives him the opportunity to work the position. Sanchez came forward, stuttered, then started to go backwards. Allowed him the opportunity. That's a look. Side puts it over into the open side of the goal. Clinically, really, really well taken goal from Sam Smith. She noticed that his shield thought that Sanchez was coming and he hesitated for a moment. He hesitates. Chelsea lost that first goal of the game. It's really pretty straightforward for the front row. It's much of the half. Well, this was clever. And it was a short free kick. Just in behind that Chelsea defence. It just straight offside. Coach, you can see in behind, touch. It's actually face to offside. Chelsea coming up again and the next goal down. So, I might just try to shoot. I think Chelsea's right wanted 74 and maybe as a shot of it. So, this was part 2. Yeah, great running behind. Chelsea tries to cut back onto right side and just slips at the vital moment. Really good running in behind the Chelsea defence again. Trying to break the shooting angle. Unfortunately, it was a stick. Look really much change Chelsea side. Trying to get their game together out there in the heat of the battle. Time for preparation. Not too many chances created. This was London certainly had a gallop in it. It was actually going to make a save. You just have to make sure because the Spanish shield just that good kicks that breastbone strike up into the air. Sanchez had no chances, just tipping it over. On a couple of occasions, the kicker break just unsettled Chelsea. On a couple of occasions. I think I don't know if actually showing all the reaction of that. Now possession. Middle of dangerous. At the moment, with Doyle ignoring a single pass and going for a proper place shot. Yeah, I think Chelsea might just have a word to do about that. Doyle does well to retain possession here. Slices the ball, just ignores Sam Smith outside and tries to get the shot away. At the end, got the bloody shield to concede the corner. The ball goes so well to Wrexham. And remember that, so come on, got to do something here. He was very much the tackle, but some chaos at the end of it. It's disappointing.
Una kali satu yang
The initial play from the left of it, so holding the ball up. You can see it great strength, sharply the ball, throws away from the defender and drives forward now. Don't believe anything, don't go shoot here, the awareness to throw it back to the show. This shot through legs, beats the keeper. Thomason fires it or tries to clear it off the line and just clears it into the back of his goalkeeper for the equaliser. But one at half time. the lower divisions and the Premier League today. It was at Mansfield, Old Field Ground, as it used to be called. They entertained the Premier League leaders Arsenal with the best FA Cup record of all time. The commentator is Mark Scott. That's rescued down the top turn. That's going to be the Arsenal. Roberts to the rescue. Well, that's good practice after this stuck pass to the 16-year-old. Still going down and the pretty stuff from down over Ledley's strike. The driven and separating. The flagging up and the touching close to the keeper. Still another chance on here. Should be a better goal. It's Dalvin. Team up chasers. In the right place as well to clear up the line. Excellent defending. To get into the right place at the right time. A single guy into a very nice action. It's the space for a hit. And it's another wonderful hit from an Arsenal man. The Gareth restores the Gareth lead in some style. Beautiful Howard. Across Iro! That would have been some story if it's kept on local Spurs and scored there. Oh, he started Leeds United to the lead! Leeds United have done it! Leeds host Norwich. Oh, wait! Daniel Barker faces his fourth club. He's looking for the icing on the cake. Game over. McAllister! Magnificent! Yes, an intriguing stuff from the Norwich side. Ellen Rovers, Daniel Barker leads his current side, Leeds United, against his old club, Norwich City. Lots of love for the old boss in Norfolk. The division sport rapidly improving. They'll hope to put one over their former manager. One of 3 Emirates FA Cup ties coming up on Sunday. Plenty more to come tonight. We'll be back very soon.
Belum ya? Belum mulai. Hmm.
Terima kasih buat abang ini yang menyatukan kita.
Oh, ya Allah. Oke, babak kedua sudah dimulai. Wrexham versus Chelsea. Hmm.
we saw a substitute, and then Mansfield got back to that 1-1 with Arsenal. And the rest years they actually scored the winning goal in the FA Cup final itself last season for British fans. And on the fans again, the back in stride to the was. But Mikey, the line of the Champions League, there's no doubt about that with the players that are rested or haven't travelled because people are not. We just squad of players that the next talent, so many of them at Chelsea. So you got to do that moment to monitor yesterday. Maybe he gets. They may have met their eye on the tie as well. Off the line. Keep it. It's
masih ini baru kali ya 3 back ya sekian lama.
Wrexham once again moved the ball wide, crossing on quickly. The first corner of the second half. It weren't great. So delivery was disappointed. The organisation is right high on the captain. But it works on it. Even after that, back up here, something. London can fire it back in. That must be more effective.
Iya,
Build up there again. It's a chance for because the way that this ball's delivered, it's flat, it's fast. There's no offside on the eventual header. It's on the delivery. It doesn't really have to add too much to it, you just kind of keep it down on target.
Ah,
The fouls, get it? Attention to find him again onto that. It's there. To Thomas O'Brien gets it back again. Back forward here. Go back into the defender back. O'Brien made a run across the defender. He's left footing. Better attempt to touch. It's just a hot touch. They put the ball through into the ground. Both legs on the strike to trouble central. So that one, Lithuania this season.
halo yang udah nonton join, sorry ya ada beberapa yang selek karena mantap gitu.
He wants it back in Ghana shirt. Lavia. Didn't go according to plan. Well, he's disappointed. And that was a good ball attempt across the next hole, I think, which is told that he was way off. It's one of those games where you should go home to the corner
Okay, go ahead.
and half an hour that you'll want to get for the rest of your life. Yeah, take that. head to it and watching the ball. Going in, Thomason. Dirty ball. On the bench here, pretty sharp and low. That's some good low spells actually. I'm going to stick my neck out and take Witness and goal against PSG Champions League this week. I think that's the most controversial statement you've ever made, Clive. That's the throw there. I've still got to say, it's a flat, it's a slow start to the second half from Chelsea. I think we're obviously delighted with the way this team are playing, particularly in this manner. They are certainly in this cup tie. Chelsea have got to do a lot more. Just had a poor game at Arsenal recently, and that led to his demotion for the Villa game. I don't think he'd be happy with the way that he conceded the opening goal really. His final position on Statistic scored was a ball run. It's long. As smooth as Never Singer would want it to be. Passing it's been too often very sloppy from Chelsea. They were too close to each other and it's broken to Villa. It showed too much to Iron. With this arm, Chelsea coming out in that time. Importantly, for Wrexham to be good. Yeah, it's a really good contest. Iron is trying to stay as close to the left as he can. Good interception on that occasion. A really good run for Wrexham. So not distracted by this upcoming tie. 2 weeks in a row. Points out of 12 in the Championship. Martin, I think, Juno. A run like that for Chelsea at any time is really good. That feeling, Garnacho lines it up. Runs it across the face of the goal. First time that's a really sloppy in the second half. They can away possession quickly. The left feeds it wide. Once again to Garnacho. Goes one-on-one against Hyman. Just pulls that shot. When you change. Like you. Striker from Spain.
Coba dulu tadi kayaknya best ini.
Champion Cup competitions. Almost got a Premier League goal. He's only, I think, started one Premier League game. We're interesting to see what he will receive does on this occasion. But it seems him as a two-on attack with Villa. Change here from the way that Chelsea shape up now. Sharp is on the ball here. Of course, hasn't played, but we just making it hasn't had many minutes in the first team. We just feeling the intensity of the fixture. The only way to get your match fitness, unfortunately, the way football is to play in the first team. So you can't always do yourself justice when you're pushed up to start again. Nice to Lavia as well. His action bomb. Watching Chelsea go to a 4-4-2. He comes out on top against Smith this time. Thompson. Yeah, little dot on Neto. Yeah, just making Neto aware that it's there. trying to draw out Wrexham, but a bit more than that to draw out. Obviously, they're not constructing Wrexham in any manner, keeping the ball and just passing it on this pace. It's too slow. They do go long. Sanchez is a crucial offside. So it's coming off. It was good. Just wonder whether the next opportunity will be running that as well. It was actually loaned to Sunderland at the start of the season, played in a League Cup, scored in the League Cup game for the newly promoted side. Last season, what Wrexham were trying to do this season. And then there was the Nicholas Jackson affair, and Gillard got injured on the same day. Yeah, he sort of signs there from the Sydney fight. Yeah, back four. They can back into that position. Brian got to the ball first. I don't think there was much that he could do to get out of the way. That's it. He's not there. Yeah, too much barrier. So he's trying to play the ball, but obviously it's going to take 2 minutes or so. He's trying to get Brian since he left first. Stints in America.
Now, si Bahrain.
George Dobson. Scanning. See what's on. See where. Set piece. Got Wrexham back in front. Iron. Please get back. O'Brien trying to drive it through the crowd. Comes out to Doyle. Doyle getting a handball decision. He's got the much out of ball. Let's spell that from Wrexham. There's some pressure trying to keep the ball in that 18-yard box. Dobson going up for offside. Smith still no sign of Peter Moore and Josh Wiglass. They've got some big games coming up for the championship, of course. Oh, now Chelsea in trouble here, Smith. It's Finer. Trouble of their own making. Yeah, again, poor Sanchez pass out. Finer just lacking real conviction on the strike. Doyle. Thomason. It's a buccaneering play when he gets going. It's first real chance, wasn't it? A long distance to go, but he went there with a positivity and purpose that characterises his game. Down to the outer mark. Sanchez got away with one. Certainly did. Take too much encouragement to join in, and the noise level has certainly gone up with the way that Wrexham have gone about it in the last few minutes. That's his fourth corner. George Dobson is in charge. It's Thompson letting rip. Dobson settles, let's go back to where we started. Absolutely, we'll have another corner. Where he's got to really wrap his foot around it. Yeah, that's going to be the tension. Yeah, it's still in their post. Shout back ball. He's been holding around in the 18-yard box. There's a couple of strikes. Yeah, it was Rathbone who is leading the appeals and had the shot, I think. And here goes Garnacho on the counter attack for the Premier League team. Very fine margins here. difference in league status for the two clubs, Wrexham. Put together some play in the second half to suggest that they've certainly haven't shot their bolt yet. No, still have that belief, just putting pressure on Chelsea's defence. There's Lavia. Nahato. Gripping game. Canacho. Lavia. Jump on. Tapping in to receive. Now to Pedro Neto. Steps off. Drops it. Went to road by Dawson. Took a little bit after him that. Threw himself in front of the Neto strike. It's Arto. He's got to be careful. Let's give away free kick. He's been tricked by Arto, and here's Pedro Neto. Fluid could have done better. Oh, and it was touched across the face of the goal. But not into the back of the net. Oh, what a good chance for Arto. Yeah, I think there's a couple of tackles here where they make mistakes. Diving in. Not clearing their lines, and all of a sudden, Neto might well have been offside had he finished that. But Neto keeping it alive. Wrexham are unable to clear it, so he tries to just roll it into the far corner. At the other end, a couple of shots go in. So, he looks to have a right hand, certainly blocking that shot. Yeah, Albert had a look at it. Yeah. No indication that they had to attract the attention of Peter Fiks. Nice ball into the front midfield, Frontman and Statistic was just out of that. He'd be pleased with it. And he's good lead pass when you're striking and ball coming in. A good lead punch, certainly. Give a chance to pull off of the centre half and control the ball. Lavia's races run again. One would not expected him to go anywhere, maybe near the hour mark, to be honest with you. He's had so little football. There is no way you can replicate match fitness except by playing matches. His first starts in the autumn where he pulled their thigh muscle in Azerbaijan against Karabakh in the Champions League. Familiar figure of Mark Guerrero result. Nice hard turn. Mario Asugo, another of the rarely spotted Chelsea players, who's also had a lot of injury problems. He's signed from Sporting in Portugal, which he's under 21 international, and his fourth first team appearance, all the substitutes. So he's digging deep into his resources, they were saying. Yeah, he is. Certainly, it's a test for him coming to sort of attempt to take over the FA Cup fourth round. Pre-game thoughts were, maybe they're still the same thoughts about how to go about the players at his disposal today. Anyway, we've been calling it for a while. It's going to happen now. Ross Windass and people more coming on. Sam Smith, who's really put an indelible imprint on this guy with that wonderful goal, chasing, composing, and scoring. In a whisker, really. Yeah, wonderful contribution. Smith off, Frank off. There's some more introduced. With that, of course, the famous dad, Dean. It's perhaps more of a out-and-out centre-forward goal scorer than his son. He's a number 10, really. Just a number that he wears. Better than a keeper. Rathbone position. Keeper more. Well-travelled Wales international. It's his 14th club. So a different approach from Bill Parkinson, introducing more as a typical centre forward. He won't let the face of Smith from behind, but will carry the threat certainly from crosses into the box. There is a cross from O'Brien, it's just too high for it. Here, Dobson chasing the ball, Neto down the keeper. O'Brien. It's a real test for Chelsea, this, because they're bringing on players who haven't had that much match practice, let alone first team experience.
Martin, you're absolutely right. And also coming into a game of this intensity, an FA Cup tie where Wrexham really have come onto the front foot in the second half, closing higher up the field. Chelsea players with very little time on the ball. You cannot dwell on the ball against this Wrexham side.
Certainly looks, and obviously this is only an opinion, you've seen it doesn't take much response. It does look as though these substitutions were geared before the game. It's O'Brien, and now Thomason. They put the right on the back because he brings experience. Much more than that, so the man needs replaced.
I've got to say, that's a great delivery from Thomason. Really well worked out his left hand side. Ball comes back forward, he uses his strength to win possession, and when that ball's delivered, just like someone attacking the 6-yard box, and it's the two substitutes who've just been introduced. Even more can't quite get there, and Cucurella tidies up at the back post.
Cucurella and Sugar are on. Here is off. Do they have to go behind again to see João Pedro? Maybe.
Yeah, I would think so. As you rightly say, Martin, I think there's an eye on the Champions League coming this week with the players that are not here, with the players that are on the bench who are not been introduced as of yet.
He's got it. So we're recognising that crossing positioning, the ability to play slightly better ball than that. The intention was a good one.
They're trying to just wind it into that near post area once again. Keep them on, just can't get across the first defender.
Action ball. He's not available for Chelsea today. It's Esteban. Hamstring problem. Jamie Giddens is also suffering from a semi-simple injury. Both could be close to a return. Here's Andre Santos. Cucurella. Moving on to it momentarily, but the defender gets back. Still over 20 minutes of regulation time to go. Extra time, of course, on the agenda. Garnacho.
They're against Forest, Martin, haven't they, Wrexham? So we won't be faced by the possibility of extra time and then penalty kicks.
The last time Chelsea played extra time was that extraordinary game in the Club World Cup against Benfica when there was a 20-minute delay between the 90 minutes and extra time starting. It's a while since they played a conventional extra time. But it might not come to that. Pedro Neto has anything to do with it. Now he's scored 4 goals already in the FA Cup. Coming to, well, in the end, set up one for you. Sparrows away behind. In no hurry. I'm trying to work out who's going to take the corner. I think
I was just going to say that there's very little urgency about this Chelsea group at the moment.
Individual quality, the teamwork is obviously stretched a little bit because of the number of changes. But somebody they've scored a lot of goals in set pieces this season. Garnacho, might see goal. Yeah, we saw the goal. Find it. Bro, uses it very well. Wrexham. I'm sure they've got the legs on Chelsea in certain respects here. They're certainly getting forward in greater numbers, of course, as the clock ticks on. Often a coach's policy, let's hold it for an hour and then we can start flexing our muscles a bit more.
You've got so much as well. There's one advantage with the championship playing at least 2 games a week. And they do have incredible fitness levels.
A lot of young players in the Chelsea squad, and several of them on the pitch at the moment. There's a manliness about Wrexham, maturity about their seasoned professionals. They know their jobs. Led by O'Brien, forward by Dora. Here's Moore. Getting to the pitch for the first time. Quite cleverly, and he probably wasn't going to outplace on the outside.
That goes into door and as moves towards that near-post area as keeping ball coming back.
And they Santos. Here's Neto. The cover required, you feel, for Thomason. Well, there probably was, but they survived not providing it. He's an interesting player, Pedro. He's just so exciting. He gets the ball and runs at people. I used to watch him every week, saying maybe the game could be better.
I think he's the one who's shown a little bit more urgency than his fellow teammates to this point. That was a sort of running back to with Thomason. I think Thomason winding him up because he put the cross into the side, didn't he? So I had a little smile. Keep an eye on that.
Safety back by Matty Shield. Yeah. The jewel's been won there. So of course he's off now. There he is, Mickey Thomas. So through and through. Of course played in that for Manchester United. Everton, of course. Most importantly for a day like this, played for Chelsea. He and Jerry Jones, who was a contemporary, great friend. They lived in North Wales and went training every day in North West London or West London with Chelsea, travel back home again. Extraordinary lifestyle. Towards more. Sanchez using his considerable height to be actually goalkeeper coming and playing with their balls at first time team. Thomas also scored the famous free kick here. I knew you was going to say that. Well, the winning goal, everybody thinks it's the winning goal. Spectacular free kick. Steve Watkin actually got the winning goal. Both Welshman scoring, and Arsenal, who are the defending champions, were knocked out of the FA Cup here. Now they're trying to do something similar to Chelsea. The ball was on to O'Brien actually. If he'd had eyes in the back of his head,
Witness didn't see the one of O'Brien was looking to try to spike the ball in.
First start, the Wrexham is back on now. This way to Nathan Broderick, another Wales international. Another one who's not 100% fit. He's been playing for the last few weeks with a sore groin. They held him back and said, let's go and make another name to yourself and get us into the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. Another with an Everton connection like Mickey Thomas, who we've just seen. Played a few Premier League games last season for Ipswich. That is an attacking move. He can find her off. O'Brien will presumably play a little bit deeper.
I think he'll drop in alongside Robson. The ball will be looking to support with this ball. Very strong, sort of Chelsea asked questions of them. Chelsea looked a little weary after the time.
Nobody really knows who's started. Some of them come on and so short match practice. Catch up with them quickly and playing a game of this intensity. Asuga is one of those.
It's a fierce cross. She has conceded to another corner. Just need good delivery from one of these corners to Wrexham.
We were watching the game, didn't know anything about either side. You said the team in red at the moment looked more likely to win.
Absolutely. The ball certainly is a target for this corner kick.
By O'Brien. Another corner. With that, the reported Torquay, but qualifies for Wales. Being a footballer up here, he's a lifeguard in the Torquay area for a while. And imagine with his physique, he was pretty good at that too. He used it to saving the lives in terms of results for many a club over the last 10 years or so. Will be the lifeline for Wrexham here. Into the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. Dobbs trying to put it in his area, you would feel. But he's hit that near area so often. Oh, there's a shot, it's in. It's deflected. And Doyle is claiming it. Well, they do look more likely winners now.
And it comes from, I think it's the third time that Dobson's cross or corner kick is coming short, but the header comes straight out to the edge of the box. It's driven back in, and it's the slightest of touches from Doyle to give Wrexham the lead.
Well, they're not taking it for granted.
They can't believe it. They can't believe it.
Well, they know the endings for the films they're in. They're scripted, but there's nothing scripted about this. But at the moment, could be a happy Hollywood ending.
I think it's Thomason with a strike. Oh no, it's Windass. Cleanly struck.
Oh, it's a clever
finish.
Deliberate. Didn't just hit it and go in, which is what I thought first of all.
I think, you know what, Windass' strike is just going wide. It had to be touched, but it wasn't touched. It was helped brilliantly into the back of the net by Doyle. The scripts, those two.
This isn't fantasy football, but it is a fantasy in a football context. And Wrexham have the lead again. Remember with Forest, it went to 3-3 penalties in the third round.
We said if you're right to start, it's going to be a cracking cup tie. It certainly is now. It hasn't disappointed, but that's all. What the Chelsea team got to offer now?
England under 21 international Callum Doyle, who's probably overseeing on the back foot.
Yeah, it's probably a good decision now. So Pedro.
Well, if you don't, why have you brought him? Yes, that would be it.
James, maybe.
Look right. Now Garnacho. He's still up. Legs on high, and it's a very challenging ball. And Doyle, the hero at the other end, the hero at his own end.
Yeah, it was in a good defensive position Doyle to clear away the cross shot from that.
Asuga. Neto. Santos, I'm sure what we saw there, he's going to get a second chance of it. That's led by Dobson. And Japan equalises.
It comes from a box and slip as well, Martin. It really does. She can't equalise this game, but Dobson keeping possession of the way he sticks. And how Chelsea punished him.
Well, he came to him quickly and he fired it into the roof of the net.
And it's just here, as that ball goes in, Dodson trying to protect it, slips, ball fed forward, there's a deflection, and it wickedly for Wrexham, it comes off of, it's the goal scorer, Doyle, who flicks it into the path of Achibon, who fires it brilliantly into the roof of the net.
Yeah, that took Thomason out of the equation. And Achibon reacted splendidly for Chelsea. They were ahead for just over 3 minutes. Or back ahead for the second time, should we say. So 2-2, an extra time loop to get. There we go. And that script that Ryan and Rob are working on. It's all in from out on the bench. Or it needs another ending. It is a wonderful game. Here goes the scorer of a very important goal for Chelsea, one of their bright young stars, Garnacho, and View coming around the back, all played by Okonkwo. He was off the pitch. There's no reason why he can't continue.
Obviously, it's a brilliant play from the goalkeeper. It really is. Once this ball pops up in the air, it's late to play it. It's accidental, the contact. Thompson hits it up in the air, and look at the way he leaps to play it the goalkeeper. Yes, his momentum takes it into view. Nothing wrong with that from the goalkeeper.
Big thanks. Obviously uncertain, it might have been a head injury, but he wasn't actually. The Chelsea medical staff could easily have got there without, I suppose, the direct line is across the pitch, so it would have been serious. He did the right thing, but it stopped Wrexham playing out to the back at the time where they were doing it again here. Here's Thomason. What a hit. Comes back out to this. Windass, I think, who just headed it wide.
Of course, comes in, Sanchez packs it away, and then Windass trying to just punch that header back into the goal.
Anything Thomason does, it involves a bit of power, shooting or passing.
But Windass has the left side of the goal open.
It's a great angle on what he might have done, fine, isn't it? Well, I'd have done that, by the way, that's for sure. So the lap is up from Joe. It's unbelievable for 10 goals in his last 11 appearances for Chelsea. Manifesto's on as well, who's one who'll probably be expected to start in Paris. There's Achibon, who playing the saver at the moment. Much more game time after that equalising goal. I'd be quite happy with extra time here tonight, I have to say. It's captivating stuff, and I'm sure our viewers around the world would agree.
Oh, absolutely. It's a game that's giving everything top side. It's unfolding magnificently.
There is Robert. Moore. I've seen him score from there, just firing up into the roof of the net.
Let's hit it.
Within the sitter.
I'll tell you what, Martin, I think he takes a great first touch just there. To give himself the chance to shoot, you can see he just slices across it. So it's through legs, but it's always wide.
Not the greatest angle, but he was so close in that you can hit with real power on target. What a better Sanchez. There we go. 26 attempts in the game. I've been cautious about this one. Wrexham out their stall at the beginning to be just that. It's free flow, which might not be to their advantage in the end. well. And actually, he's galloping up and down as he's weary. He really is. Time brings us an extra substitute. Which takes a bit on. But Wrexham have let Chelsea get back. As we find it with 3 minutes of the 90 plus added time remaining. More taking total neutrality in this game that deserves a 5th goal. Yeah, but we kicked up this before as a fan, so that was a winning goal. And here's O'Brien, who I thought might be playing a little bit deeper, finally in the far, let's step forward there. Those has made his changes, you would have to say that the players he's introduced are of the highest quality, clearly looking for the game to be won, I think, within the allotted time. He doesn't want extra time with their travels to Paris the week coming. That's it, right? Petronetto against the bar! Petro started that attack up with a lovely pass to Garnacho, tries to tip it towards Mather across for a shot in the end. So whisker away from the man really in form in terms of goal scoring in this competition for Chelsea. Yeah, big chance, it really is. Great step over from Cucurella, left foot strike. He thunders it, keeper beat, but rattles back off the crossbar. That would have been the winner. Lost his FA Cup final as a player, 3-2 in senior. So this is his first FA Cup game. So his first FA Cup season with Chelsea. By the same margin, but it's on. Wait to see if the ball goes up a minute's time. We're hearing 6, plenty of time. First step. Down by Doyle, taken on by Broadhead, taken by Thomason, Dobson, Broadhead, who is a goal scorer, can't get into a position to have a shot. The acceleration, and actually didn't take it cleanly forward, Wrexham did a bit of time, and Correa trying to referee the game. I don't know how serious Garnacho is hurt, but the Correa suggests it's very serious. Whether that is a fact, find out. The card is going to be a yellow one for Dobson. Garnacho, now to get that away, Chelsea really would have been away in a great position to set up a winner. Dobson is the captain, so he's entitled. It's got to jump down. He's entitled to speak to the referee, but yeah, but we see clearly from this angle how high is it. It's a poor challenge. I don't think it's a red card because he is clearly striking for the ball all the time. That's an angle which shows Alvarez have the power to what is said as an upgrade. I think it's a downgrade when you go from yellow to red, to be honest with you. And he's going to have a look at this, and that might trouble. This will be trouble here for George Dobson, who was got a lot of body and soul in this with this British operation in the week of that right leg. I think the bank saw it in normal time, you know. I always think in slow motion things look worse, so once you read for 50 years, the normal speed is the one that tells you the truth. See, that looks much more better. That looks very bad. Yeah, it's the height of the challenge over the top of the ball and the lateness of it as well.
that is engaging the opponent. The red dragon had to lose a player to a red card.
After review, Wrexham number 15 captures his opponent high with intensity. Final decision was a red card for serious non-play.
You heard it there. I don't think it was too much. That replay suggested otherwise, but I say again, it's almost very. That's the way the game is officiated. It was a shame that Tua couldn't get it from a Wrexham point of view. He was closer to it, but at the end, but it was. Yeah, I think he was going to have no runs. And that will impact the next 3 championship games. Risk will get a rest, which is not the way to happen. We were very close to the incident. But, he wasn't close to it because it was on this near side where and was disorientated the commentator. Yeah, probably he's still 5 or 6 minutes to play. Opportunity now for Chelsea to wrap it up. Make the extra man advantage count. Still go. Neto just a power remember. Gusto. Move back up the road. Gusto going in. Gusto still, but not quite in time to move. Football. Really presented that to Dio. A couple of minutes. Will be a bit more added time because of the delay of the call for the red card. Gusto. Chelsea, the team that have seen a lot of break this season. It's now got 11 against 10. Yeah, they have the advantage. And that's a slightly change of direction towards you. Go kick. The break you make time is a really valid one. The inconceivable one is done by the time that clock comes to the end of the time on, but he's running out of those seconds and minutes to do that. Yeah, Wrexham now will happily take another half an hour. Taking to penalties, they have no fears about that. On, but I want to gamble. Look to win that. The other look at Broadhead on the heels, probably thinking they've got to do this. Keep Chelsea out until we go to extra time. Here's Broadhead. With that, you can see what was in his mind. Try and get it over the top. Oh, there was space to drop that into. He went in the wrong direction. That's with us. That's Sugar. Pedro. Neto. Across. He wanted, he's back on the ball here, which had Pedro's help. Neto again. You at the far post. Wrexham defending for all their work here. Gusto. Foul by Peter. The challenge for the cross. Broadhead. Maybe one last attack for Wrexham. Broadhead's going to try and get it. Broadhead will get it. What sort of support has he got here? Not quite where he can put the ball.
Chelsea breathe again. Gusto. Gets it away to Thomason. Doyle. Moore. Feel up. Sure, it really hard and true, but a little bit too true. Yeah, really clearly, but straight into the hands of Sanchez. Calpetto. Robin has picked himself up from ground and got his legs back together again and did very well to see that away from Nacho's had his moments in this game. Two opportunities there for Wrexham to wrap this game up. 0-3 with a strike. Easily dealt with in the end by Sanchez. It's quite remarkable. It really is. For any club to rise in the way that they have to find themselves in the Championship of non-league football. And they don't know foul. You're waiting to be fouled. The fans doesn't see it that way. Pedro does get the ball. These are the last few seconds before potential extra time for Nacho. Put away by Thomason. They want to whistle in Wrexham, they really do. Players appealing to the referee, Peter Fiks, for the time to be called. That well by Brode. Get more away. Chelsea having that one last attack before we go to extra time. João Pedro. That's not good enough for you with the circumstances. It is 2-2. Liberacina turns away. Look at the manager who doesn't want this extra period, but is grateful for it. They were 1-0 down. They were 2-1 down. They levelled on both occasions. And Phil Parkinson, can I speak to you, ref? That's obviously about the sending off of George Dobson, which has left. Peter Banks has gone in the opposite direction, which has left Wrexham with a tough ask to play another 30 minutes, a man light against the Premier League team. Time out.
Well, what an amazing cup tie it really has been. Wrexham have given it absolutely everything. Chelsea have had to come back from behind twice, and it is all to play for now in extra time.
Extra time to come. After 90 minutes, Wrexham 2, Chelsea 2. Correct. And let's put this into a film category. You would say suspense. Wrexham managing with Doyle's wonderful pass. They paid tribute to that. Smith speeding away. 1-0, 18 minutes gone.
Yeah, it was brilliantly taken by Stamps. He capitalises on some uncertainty at the heart of that Chelsea defence. But Doyle's long through ball, controls, runs onto, and then clinically just slides it past Sanchez to give Wrexham the lead.
Well, there was an oddity about Chelsea's equaliser for half time. A lot of good work here by Liam Delap, who had hardly had a decent pass up to this point. He made something happen for himself and his team. And Nacho involved, and then Thomas on the line. Conquer couldn't get out of the way, it was struck against him. Goalkeeper's own goal, and 1-1 out half time. Chaotic moment, really. Yeah, good work from Rolls-Royce, the defender. Has the awareness to sort of pop the ball out to Ganacho through legs. She thinks he's clearly hits the goal. Equalising with a very good finish that had to be taken instantly. And the fine strike comes from Southwood. Doyle finishes it defensively. I know that Rafi talks about sparing it seemed that Chelsea extra time. That's a millimetre or so too high. It's a great opportunity, the best opportunity that I was there. In the game, left footed attack right towards the corner of the crossbar. Goes there. After review, Wingspan sends up the midfield player as we go to extra time. So the drama continues at the racecourse. Another chapter in the story, whether it's a happy ending or not, for the local fans, their worldwide fans, their famous ownership. They're in the mix. They're still in the FA Cup, but it's going to be a tall order. Man light, 50 minutes each way. At home is Ryan Barnett, the right wing back, replace the full-through Ryan Longman. Barnett's another one who's been in the club all through the motions. A wing back. Might have to be a full-back in these circumstances. Yeah, certainly would be a deficit that they now have Wrexham. Ryan's around this place. This, I imagine, all Ryan's before Messi right. Is consequential, really. Well, he's still young and he's still trying to get the public running the team that might show them a better life. It's going to be a really good effort and a monumental effort for Phil Parkinson instead, mate. Years, 17 years of managerial experience, and he's over. Under pressure, absolutely. Absolutely on Chelsea now. With that main advantage, she needs to win this FA Cup. That's more. That's an important job to try and hold the ball up, make runs. Challenge Chelsea at the back. Keep them honest, I think the expression is. Yeah, absolutely. His experience is key for more on that front line, but it is important so they can get the ball to them and just take the pressure off of this Wrexham team. Good supply line in Manifesto. Keep the pressure wide as possible, players as wide as possible. Shorten the boots. Wrexham. Point of view, hopefully breaking. They've been in the lead in the game, Chelsea. So just over Chelsea man comes out on top.
Everyone's work just to stop this home delivering the cross.
He's got his shield. Crossing. Huge up at it's in the middle. Should go. Sometimes those returns that something that witness to choose for the goal.
Yeah, good for everyone to do six cross shots that end up with a striker tapping it in. But should go. It's not a particularly good strike, obviously, direction wise.
He'll be pleased to get the extra half an hour. Help his match fitness. Renovation be done to the team here, but to the ground there's still plenty of work to do. And can't get away. That's a great tackle from O'Brien. Sort of tackle that's hard to make when your legs are aching, the lungs are pumping. He did perfectly. Another Sanchez, good career. Nacho. Nacho singing like the Sanchez. So softly cycles against the outside.
It's a really tight centre strike.
We've done very well since coming off Broadhead. Confident on the ball, which they need under a man like.
Absolutely, you need players who are going to be brave, receiving and keeping the ball for you.
It's good Correa. Nacho, you could give it well. Nacho challenging. Nacho crossing. Well, two bodies between him and the line, but he will think probably he should have bowled the back of the net there.
Yeah, it was a poor strike once again. Chelsea's finishing the last couple of minutes has been really tight. He stays alive in there, they can't clear it, and he swings at it with his left foot, but no power in the shot.
No angle. It's going to take its toll. Just the action on the pitch, but the build up. And it's not really a conversation. I know Phil Buttons has worked really hard. The players to concentrate on the league and the possibility of promotion. All your mates ask you for tickets, or who you're going to be marking, all that kind of pre-game stuff. That gets the players' thoughts away from after this hits for Correa. Hugo. So Hugo again. Oh, it's a lovely cross. Garnacho. And it's goal. The goal is given. He wondered whether he was offside. He had a good look across.
Actually hit the bar at the back a lot before, Martin. Yeah, ricocheted out. But it was clearly across the line and in the back of the goal.
He's going to do that Man United celebration of sitting on the advertising board, waiting for his teammates to come to him, but no teammates came. One play to Sugo.
Good cross. And it's a good finish.
Chelsea front for the first time.
All roll back, you see. Nacho's unmarked to that back post. Yeah, easily, clearly onside. And the right foot volley ricochets back out of the goal.
Not many goals constructed like that. They're more training ground goals, aren't they? Hammered in. Bounce back out. Took a moment for him to realise, I think it's a goal, yeah. And Chelsea hit the front for the first time, and now Wrexham will try and do something against the odds, really. Against the odds, of course, Championship team against Premier League team to start with, but 10 against 11 takes something super special now. with that. Here's the ball. Oh, get it back away. Robert Sanchez.
Chance now, Chelsea with the advantage, with the extra man, just to completely control the tempo of this extra time.
Find the legs to even go and get it. So time to run down here with the centre backs passing to each other.
Yeah, that's a difficulty. They'll happily just play round any players that come aggressively to the individual, then all of a sudden Chelsea can play round and through.
Still in it, but there's only one more. They go chasing, equalising straight away, get picked up 4 and 5. There's no chance for them. There's a thing to keep it at just a 1 goal margin. You never know. They have a 3-3 here already with the Premier League team. Try and come penalties, that's not too far, just to remind you. Sugar. Italian crosses. Right for the delivery, also the movement of Garnacho. Sometimes wide players on the opposite flank to build up, get the ball standing out wide watching, and also drifting into an offside position, gets himself onside with the delivery and a fine finish. Forward, Chelsea. Possession away. Going to see Jesse Derrick, who came on against Hull. Has a bit of a football pedigree. Dad Sean, Derrick played for a number of Specchiato, who I think is probably going to be involved in Paris. But they couldn't really take him off.
Just slightly behind him. Just challenge, Thompson on. Just introduced. It's a foul. I think the yellow card is the right decision from Mr. Banks. You've been in team five where you want to take young players coming in and just go through that. Turn out more than that big. Jesse Derry's got to live with the big boys. Years ahead, he's got to defend, I'm sure. That was pretty tough, by the under the crossbar, but just to make sure you're strong on the crossbar. Take the free kick, take the corner. Good time before half time, extra time. Back down the chase way again. Hard and low. This is a much more to Coasting, but it did. Here's the break goal. I think 4 or 5 players forward. 4. Barnett was just on the start of extra time, and it's half time and extra time 5. Well, I think Chelsea just about in control this time now. I think the effort certainly is for Wrexham, but Ganacho's third, just given that advantage still short. He seems to be very happy with it. He will be expecting his team to hold on to. Just to mention for Sugo with the assist. Yes, I think Chelsea's team. Faith has been kept. And the ownership. Half-time extra time. Chelsea got the go-ahead goal. Relieved by 3-2. Getting them into probably be respectful of Bill Parkinson, who's usually way getting around you, make a few points, or keep it going to a head where we're seeing you, I think. Bill Parkinson,
Yeah.
sure, or keep it belief,
Ginto sa
maybe get out once or twice, win a free kick, find a set piece that could make a difference for us. So he looks like an intern going in there to torture place. So he's probably right, but he's youthful, really aggressive, youthful. Sit down on the inside if you like. And that Cherry. And with the FA Cup winners medal. Well, be the player at Chelsea. The FA Cup trail. I'd have to win it with 1 club, to win it with 2. You've been finals with 2. Yeah, absolutely, Martin. Lewis Front comes on. That's the very youth player, was less than 3 years. He didn't play in the third round of the FA Cup.
Sudah turun kita. Ternyata yang kerasa babak kedua, babak nomor start time kedua dan kita unggul 2-3.
Football is about moments, that isn't always true, but one moment to take this for a penalty shootout and recreate the 3-3 of the third round here at the Race Course. Chelsea control in the lead at last. Close. Parkinson might feel that the young man's getting special protection. Just a natural frustration when you're on the sideline and you feel 1 or 2 issues are going against your team. He certainly felt that about the sending off. Most judged in slow motion rather than real time. If you see the decisions individual between the 2 coaches, it is the worst, it must be the worst job in football. The referee gets it, it's in the middle, but the 4th official, whichever way it goes, he cannot be standing on the right side. And I think the 4th official should be empowered to have a bit more aggression about it and march them back to their respective technical areas.
is doing is the rule. It's a technical area, you see, not like this mini goal area. And he's going straight out of that. Cut. Away with that ball. But see, not really an urgent frame of mind. I'd be worried for the press. Where's he going to go? I mean, you can't just switch back onto full on. They're comfortable, Martin, but you're right. There's a very little urgency that gives the impression that they feel that they've won this FA Cup time. Some guys have an exception to that. He wants to be urgent. He wants to the manager to be involved in the big games that lie ahead of the competition, Premier League, Champions League. It seems another round of the FA Cup at least. Gusto. Jack Pedro. Derek. Has been at the 19 level. He's doing very well. Too many English players in the Chelsea centre. A young English player. Here he is again. Give and go. Back out to Gusto. Very much stride on and settle in. Thompson does well, just to get enough of a challenge. The ball runs loose to his goalkeeper. Broadhead. More. He can get straight. Broadhead ran it well and trusted his striker. He will play it off. Now they need to get players in the box. And Moore and set Timberlake. Derek defends. Certainly wrestled on the edge of the box. The free kick's given. An unnecessary problem that Chelsea have created for themselves. Well, it will be if it's costly. Just push that as cheeks to say, well, how about that? You see people more trying to get into the box. He just steps across the discus though. You can have no argument about that. Exactly, he's outside the box, and I guess it's intentionally outside the box. There's a margin for him moving at speed. Really costly challenge from Gustavo and Ethan Moore. Mickey Thomas, free kicks. 1992 is the bottom left top. That's the specialist. So, Sanchez putting in with Sanchez. One decides to stop it, and he'll be going. An area that he feels is not properly covered. He's got drafted through the player in there as well. There he is. Just movement to the side, and I think that's where it's set. Really needed to be spot on there. What's that movement to the side just to try to open up that angle to go around the wall? And then he spoons it. Oh, that's fantastic. Statistic. Put on the centre. She's booked in the incident compared to the free kick. It's 10 minutes away, Chelsea. Going through. It's been a smooth path up here in North Wales. Not that they have expected it. And more time than most. Yeah, showed some lovely composure and control of the ball, which our Petros has been introduced. And yet again. So, Chelsea that not. The latter play up front, which our favourite play is the same. I think the sort of job he's doing now. Here you are, Tom. There is a lot of change now. This is another of the new signings. Davis, Hilo Dunn. Barnsley, transfer with them. Story would be if he could contribute here. Or they try and get down the inside. Again, that's on the attack as they have to do. By Thomas. With O'Brien. Thomason was reluctant to go after that, but he got there and he crossed well. And more coming in. It's a corner. It should have been a kick for more goal.
His header is blocked. He is good defending at that back post. I think Kiefer Moore's head was on target before he's blocked away for the corner. In here, he does well to get to the byline, standing up. Kiefer Moore. There we go. Great defending. Tossing, rises, and blocks it.
I don't think he deliberately blocked it. But you're right, it was great defending. Send out Chelsea balls in there again. Oh, the line by Bronze.
Allah Akbar ini macam apa ini?
All square.
So the early hair in the corner's done the trick. The fairy tale is still alive at the racecourse. Lewis Brunt at the back post.
When he just arrives at the back post, as the corner comes through, a lot of bodies. He bounces and it's there at the back post.
3-3 as it was in the third round.
And it's Gusto, turns his back on it. Is the offside?
It's the offside. It's the offside.
He might well be. He might well be. Oh, he's
It's all offside. The line would have gone in, I think. I don't think this is going to stand.
well, there's a touch of the near post there.
Is it after hitting more? Does it hit a Chelsea player?
Oh, there's a left foot was keeping the right side. Wow, it's so close.
It's a toenail, isn't it? It's a toenail.
It's left foot might well be offside. Is that ball's fit to the near post?
Would it have gone directly in?
Cepat.
We've been challenging for a decision like this. Everyone's holding their breath in. 5 centimetres of error that's brought into the machinery. That's offside. The red line says offside. It doesn't count. It isn't straight through. That will be a talking point. That's the disappointment for Lewis Brunt. Did he have to go for it? He would seeing the opportunity, he clearly did. It might well have gone past the post. Anyway, still 2-3. Cruel twist, really, in the emotions of the game. But factually, the technology is there to be dealt with in that capacity.
The technology gets the right decision onto the what it looks like is that there is VAR, the referee's decision is goal, and Wrexham played the first with VAR. So,
I have to say, I'm hearing more and more about football league wanting to bring in some sort of VAR, not the sort of VAR that they see at the highest level. That's a heartbreaker for everyone involved in red. Maybe it wouldn't have gone in. No, I think he has to hit it. He has to hit it over the line. The line is smell. One twist of a technical machine. But there's still time. By Derek.
jerseys on. Keep it up. Keep going really and trying to hurry up. Touches into a mistake. Great kick from the keeper.
Berarti
Front. O'Brien. Still time for Wrexham. Chelsea comfortable and got to a bit of space. Maybe that woke them up again. How close they were to conceding a third goal. Again, this glorious competition delivers. She said once, yeah, it was great delay and of course it was a twist as well. With the rare. This is the first round VAR has to be in every tie, every installment scene. And with no VAR in the third round when they played Nottingham Forest. So they've been penalised by the rules of the competition as well. We're not playing football where the officials view as final. To get points, especially in the championship, to at least get to the playoffs, get to the Premier League playoffs. Will be extended next season, incidentally. Brilliant ball there. Ball. He might run off it, but ball there is still quite a warrior, by the way. He's a dangerous
mulai gitu.
This could go.
Iya, by the way, selamat sahur yang udah makan ya. Di sini masih oke lah, masih belum akhir lah. Gila, kelewatin itu banyak bisa. Kayaknya hari ini langsung istirahat totalnya.
It's a battle. That's all it is. It's played a little bit from the Premier League in a wide varied array of people more. The Bournemouth, I think it was.
Belum ya, SDM.
It is the archetype of big man up top.
Dan masa harus sampai nunggu 10 pemain dong. Tapi sejauh ini Wrexham bisa juga dengan Chelsea-nya sampai harus pakai extra time.
The other extra time and Chelsea are very, very close. Just how close we see with the millimetres that ruled out potentially equalising goals. It is that close. Incredible. How do you sure to deal with it? So it did. That's going to get there. O'Brien. O'Brien coming onto it. Oh. How close was that? That was a chance for Anthony Fiks or O'Brien. And everybody's just wanting to hit the target. What an opportunity. Ball spins out to the edge of the box, comes onto it, so his favourite left foot, trying to wind it in the corner.
Nah.
He knows how capable O'Brien is of doing what he did by accomplish there. We have one more chance, one more chance. So, casualty in terms of the card in that earlier relay.
or so ago, has managed, as it stands, the winning goal to his name. Brian. That is shit. What goes around more? Losing it out. Thomas is still thumping his legs forward, driving forward down the left-hand side. Still time for Wrexham. Thomason's cross. Ooh, that's when he locks in. And not when you're a Wrexham player, of course. It just bounced off Bruno behind for the goal kick. Bit of a kick in the stuck. Great trade. Poor clearance, it really was. Full for ball game. Chelsea going for good chances. He's clearly going to take as long as he
Goal kick. Halo, benar selamat sahur ya. Sekali lagi buat yang teman-teman ya. Dan skornya sekarang kita unggul 2-3. Tapi nggak tahu yang keluarnya tidur yang benar parah nih. Dan baru kayaknya bisa extra time ya sama Wrexham.
Well, they push Chelsea all the way. They certainly have. Like the red card, not been upgraded, yellow. And the millimetres been in Wrexham's favour. And a disallowed goal. Chelsea been pretty pleased that they have been brought into the fifth round of the FA. They will. So the final options are new margins. Pedro, and that show holding to stay onside. That's what he's been doing. This great run goes on. It's a cameo performance here at the racecourse, and it's finished off Wrexham in the very closing moments of extra time. They give absolutely everything
to the game.
But that moment tells you that class has told. Absolutely, man in top form at the moment. Been introduced to finish his game off, and that's exactly what he's done. Pedro Ronnie clean through, just cleverly finished for Chelsea and win this FA Cup tie. Looking at all our opponents, you can see just oozing confidence, running at the defence, and then
okay.
Absolutely no chance in the Wrexham goal. Using Garnacho as a decoy in the end. I suppose it was very fast in that direction, and then it was side-footed. Much more than that. Quickly scored. From Chelsea into the quarterfinals.
Itu bisa lo tulisan.
Robert Ryan sums up the effort that's been put in here. They were singing those who was on the right end of a thrilling cup tie. They went to extra time. Which Garnacho edged them ahead for the first time in the game. They thought that would be an equaliser when the offside entered Rosinia's rescue. Wrexham thought they'd done enough, and they're playing extra time with 10 men, and a bit more before that as well when George Johnson was sent off. Twice they led. The happy ending belongs to the Premier League club. Wrexham have so much more to look forward to, and they'll be hoping to be playing Chelsea again next season in the Premier League. It is not out of the question. A thrilling game. And it's ended Wrexham 2, Chelsea 4 after extra time.
That's it. Yaudah, langsung ini aja. Penutupan. Thank you udah joinnya. Pada pagi hari ini. Ketemu lagi di live reaction match besok Liga 1 Super League maksudnya. Persib Kediri, Persib Bandung, Persib Kediri. Masih overall. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See you. Bye bye. Mau habis endorse dulu. Lumayan ya. Bisa dulu sebentar.
Yeah, brilliant. Long range straight pass, which certainly the two central Chelsea defenders didn't have go with Sam Smith. Keeps himself on side with a really clever run. And his first touch gives him the opportunity straight down the middle. That first touch gives him the chance, looks to see where Sanchez is and finishes it brilliantly.
Seems sad for Wrexham to write another chapter in this remarkable recent history.
Yeah, just confirming that he kept himself on side.